Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Digital Micro. You're on the Digital Micro Trading Journal channel, day trading for an ROI payout, no trade recommendations, and there's no trade signals and not selling indicators either because this is just my trade journal. And we've got price action order flow levels for Tuesday, July 11th, and we're one day before the Wednesday CPI 8:30 a.m. news catalyst on the 12th. So being it's the day before, we also are on seasonality, week 2 of the best 2-week period for U.S. equities since 1908. And again, I'm trying to reduce my trade frequency because as a mean reversion trader, I need to have a two-way trade versus these very shallow retracements. What I've got right here is a 15-minute chart. I'm just watching, no FOMO. We'll talk about price action imbalances, draws on liquidity, and order flow levels. Let's go more into the charts and talk about the levels. 24-hour candlestick chart with no annotations. On the far left, we've got the NASDAQ, and you can see here we have this low area with the big wick prior day Monday, and here we are with kind of a stubby green candle. On the middle chart, that's the S&P, what I trade, and same thing, we've got this long wick. So again, if we did go down here to the middle of this candle wick on consequent encroachment, that looks like 44.2650, and we have this stubby green with not much wick action so far in a 17 plus handle range here in Globex. And on the far right, this is the story, the dollar, the DXY. And you can see here this low, we had relative equal lows at 102, and we are below that right now. We've had exploration, so that gives permission for equities to go up a bit, but who knows if this was just looking at the zip code for summer vacation and then it goes back up. But so far, we did break on the dollar, relative equal lows. The question is, do we continue to go down and hold below 102, or are we going to go back up and maybe to 102.6 and above? Let's go to the 15-minute for the S&P next. 15-minute time chart, this is what I on the intro portion outlined was, number one, we've got this level down here in the London raid zone where if you go to the far left, this was the big bar where we just really had escape velocity up on the last 15 minutes of RTH. I noted when I was watching this bar at the close of the RTH closely, this just seemed like a total algo move at the last part of the market close for Monday. So here we are now, and you can see we're screeching above the London high, and we should go further. Let's go and look at the levels. 15-minute now with all the annotations. You can see that there's a lot of stuff on this chart, but here's the blue zone on this rectangle. That is the London kill zone. Look how it didn't go all the way down to the new week open gap on July 10th. So this new week open gap is super narrow, but I would have just thought that if we would have gone the inefficiency, why not go the extra mile and do the relative equal lows? But that's not what price did. So that just shows me that's a tell right there. And the tell is basically this thing wants to go up, and it really doesn't want to retrace, which is another reason why I'm sitting on hands, not pressing buttons. So what's above this here? What's above it is this London high on the raid high right here. And again, what is that? 55.25. And above it, we've got the 0.705 fib. And then above that, I've got a July 7th premium wick on a daily candle, and that is a gap and consequent encroachment gap of a premium wick. I'm going to pay attention to that. That comes in at 58, and then what above that is a new week open gap. So I do anticipate this is going to hit. I just can't say when is it going to hit, during CPI day or the day before, but it's not that far up. So that's where we're at on the 15-minute. I'm watching the levels, and I'm not really wanting to get involved here unless we have a meaningful extension one way or the other, and we're in the middle. The yellow rectangle here, that's a larger 1 hour fair value gap SIBI, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, and this orangish rectangle here, this is a daily volume imbalance. So we've repriced that, and I could pretty much take this off the chart, and it's now just about, is price going to correct this big yellow rectangle? That wraps the 15-minute. That's a lot of info, but again, price is really not doing an expansion here. As far as range, it's much less than last Globex. This is 17 handle range. It's respectable, but it's not overly too much. So again, I'm waiting for the RTH AM zone. I want to see what the first 30 minutes do. Let's go to Renko next. Upper blue Keltner, 4462.66 up here. And then below on the lower blue Keltner, 4416 in the red, which we notice how price hit that and tagged that in the London raid low. So that's more than a coincidence, but that is 4439. So that is a level. So again, I want to pay special attention, noting this is all bullish. Even though we had some red, it's back to green. We have some gap here to fill to make this into the 60s. So I am looking to see if price wants to go up that, but no trade at this point. I am going to follow up with the Renko, and if I don't trade today, again, less trading's better because of the CPI on Wednesday. I'd rather make sure I've got the highest probability trade if I'm going to take something here, and this just doesn't do it for me. Thank you, Renko, for letting me know on that. Thanks again for watching, and shout out to the loyal subscribers. I really appreciate you guys supporting the channel, and guys and gals both. For those of you who have not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Thank you. Take care. Aloha. Bye.